Hi there, I'm Simon Hurst. I'm a tutor at Tavistock, and my focus is accounting, Excel, finance, I should say pretty much all areas covering corporate finance, M&A, equity capital markets, debt capital markets, and also private equity, where I've had a lot of contact and experience with many of the large firms. And the other thing I do, which is kind of linked to all of this, is interview training. Those wanting to go for internships, it could be an analyst position, it could be an associate position. One way or another, these are absolutely key interviews for people's future. Anyone wanting to join a Wall Street firm, city firm, potentially even large corporates and consultants. Now, I should say all of these topics are kind of interrelated, because if you go and have an interview, let's say at Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan, probably they're going to need you to have some knowledge of accounting. You're probably going to have to maybe even do an Excel test. And as they ask you questions, they're going to need some pretty good basic knowledge of the city. I should say that I teach this at an elementary level, particularly in accounting and Excel. However, I also do this at a very advanced level. So accounting and Excel that would actually be used by the likes of Blackstone, KKR in transactions. So I kind of cover the whole waterfront so far as that's concerned. In terms of my academic background, I'm an Oxford scholar. I'm a Tutor fellow at the Wharton School. Depending how you look at it, probably in finance it might be ranked 1, probably globally number 3 in the world. I had a large number of years working at a senior level within various investment banks, and also I was managing partner of a firm called Design that actually advised people like Apollo on big transactions. So also, quite importantly, I tutor people individually, but I'm also a visiting professor at 3 fairly well-known business schools. Cass Business School here in London. I also teach in Germany at the Frankfurt School of Finance, and also at IE, the #1 business school in Spain. So I think through all of these experiences, I would hope that I have a knowledge of teaching, tutoring, detailed knowledge of accounting, Excel, corporate finance, kind of all the things that would be relevant. And I'm just going to show you one short clip, maybe just to illustrate how some of these fairly simple concepts are of fundamental importance. Understanding the basics actually allows you to become advanced. If you don't get the basics right, you're never going to go on to the advanced level. Just take a look. I'm going to take accounting just as one example. This, by the way, could be used for tutoring somebody at the very early stages of their understanding of accounting. Equally, the table I'm going to show you would actually be used by very large private equity firms as they analyze real transactions, often billions in size. And these would, at the later stages that I'm talking about, be in Excel and also be fully dynamic. Now here we have just one slide. It shows all the key financial statements: income statement, cash flow, balance sheet. By the way, it's properly organized into credits and debits, so we can see how these work in a real basis. And it's very flexible. Pretty much anything can be put through this thing. So we could look at depreciation, amortization, sale of assets, receivables, payables, and capex. These are just a few examples. So I'm not going to go on, but just to illustrate that what apparently may seem complex is in fact really quite simple. So there we have it. Now this is the Apollo 11 rocket. I have to say, not the original, but obviously this machine flew in 1969 all the way to the moon, 238,000 miles, 8 days, around 2,000 miles per hour. So I'm looking at this rocket here. You may wonder why I've got this rocket, because it mirrors careers in many ways. Now we look at the takeoff part. This thing has to go up exactly straight. If it starts veering either way, it's not going to work. This thing has to be perfectly proportioned. The propulsion system has to be evenly matched, so this thing takes off. Once it takes off, it goes up at a very rapid speed and goes into orbit. So, as I say, it is similar to a career. Now, one other thing I should mention, right, which is that careers are similar to this rocket, right? A large part of this is going to be expended before it actually reaches the moon, right? We have a few analysts going here, then we have some associates, couple of VPs, and now we have the sharp end, right? These are the guys that go the full distance. These guys are what we would call the real managing directors. So careers are full of opportunity. I'm here to try and make you get to that point. Thank you.